5 months ago, WWE Chairman Triple H attended a wrestling convention where he unexpectedly crossed paths with AEW's Kenny Omega. The two exchanged a few tense words, but things quickly escalated when Omega accused WWE of being afraid to wrestle the real way, calling them soft. The comment clearly struck a nerve with Triple H. 1 week later, Triple H made his way down to the ring, microphone in hand, and with something clearly on his mind. Without hesitation, he turned his attention to AEW, calling it a cheap wannabe promotion that couldn't hold a candle to WWE. He dismissed the company as no real threat, and then, with the crowd buzzing, he dropped the name directly, AEW Chairman Tony Khan. Triple H had just made it personal. Tony Khan walked out and told Triple H, "If you wanted a real challenge, you could have called me any day." Triple H fired back, saying he doesn't tolerate disrespect, and just like that, Roman Reigns stormed the ring, ambushing AEW Chairman Tony Khan without warning. The OTC dominated him with ruthless force, leaving Khan broken and motionless in the center of the ring. And to kick off AEW versus WWE, Karrion Kross, flanked by Scarlett, makes a stunning entrance. Without wasting time, Jon Moxley storms in right after, ready to ignite this historic night. After their initial tense face-off, Karrion Kross and Jon Moxley found themselves on a collision course from the start. Both men embody different worlds. Kross, the ruthless, methodical destroyer from WWE, with Scarlett always by his side, representing cold precision and calculated chaos. Moxley, the wild-hearted, unrelenting brawler from AEW, a man who thrives in the chaos of battle, driven by passion and raw emotion. In the weeks following the Forbidden Door, the war of words between them escalated. Kross, speaking in cryptic promos, vowed to break Moxley's spirit, not just physically, but mentally. He promised to drag Moxley into darkness, to dismantle the AEW Rebel piece by piece. Scarlett's eerie presence haunted every interview, a reminder that Kross's mind was as dangerous as his fists. Moxley responded in kind, dismissing Kross as a puppet, a man hiding behind mind games and theatrics. He promised that the fight would expose Kross for what he really was, a paper tiger, a manufactured menace who could never stand toe-to-toe with true grit. The AEW star's fiery promos ignited his fan base, rallying them behind his relentless spirit. Throughout those months, their paths crossed repeatedly at live events, on social media, in heated backstage confrontations. Each meeting left more scars, more fuel for the fire. At one point, a brawl nearly broke out in a parking lot, only stopped by security. The tension became palpable, not just between the two men, but between their entire factions and fan bases. The media picked up on it too, hyping the rivalry as one of the fiercest cross-promotional battles ever seen. Analysts debated their styles, Kross's brutal technical prowess versus Moxley's reckless, fearless brawling. Fans were divided, anticipation building for a showdown that felt inevitable. Now, the weight of those 5 months presses down on them. It's not just a fight anymore. It's the climax of a saga, a story of two warriors who refuse to back down. Karrion Kross and Moxley absolutely battling it out and beating the hell out of one another. Right now, Kross has the momentum. He just Irish whipped Moxley hard into the corner, and with no hesitation, he follows up with a crushing clothesline that sends Moxley staggering back. Other side of the ring, Scarlett's pulling off the protective padding. The steel underneath is exposed, and Karrion Kross wastes no time. He immediately capitalizes on what Scarlett has done. He grabs Moxley and drags him to that exposed turnbuckle, the steel gleaming menacingly without its padding. With brutal precision, Kross slams Moxley's face repeatedly into the unforgiving steel and continues his assault on the mat with strikes. Every strike, every calculated blow is designed to break Moxley down, physically and mentally. Kross is methodical, relentless, and completely in control right now. He's dismantling the resilient AEW star piece by piece, showing why he's one of the most feared competitors in wrestling today. Suddenly, a kick that snaps Cross's head back. That kick changes everything. Moxley seizes the moment and floods the ring with energy, turning the tide in his favor. Now it's Moxley who's dictating the pace. He moves with fierce determination, cutting Cross off at every turn, pushing him back step by step. The AEW Brawler's intensity is on full display. Relentless strikes, hard-hitting blows, and an unyielding drive to dominate. Cross, usually so composed and calculating, is suddenly on the back foot, struggling to keep up with Moxley's furious assault. The crowd roars as Moxley controls the ring, taking full command of the match and sending a clear message. He's not going down without a fight. Moxley then disappears under the ring, and out comes the barbed wire baseball bat. Without hesitation, he swings hard, cracking Karrion Kross right across the head with a savage whack. In a sudden, wild move, he lunges and grabs the bat, gripping it by the barbed wire itself and rips it free from Moxley's hands. Now Kross turns the tables, wielding the bat with his own ruthless aggression. The momentum swings back, the crowd caught in the chaos of this brutal weapon battle. Both men are willing to go all the way. Nothing is off limits tonight. Moxley working the body of Kross in this bloody battle. You can see Kross starting to slow, wincing with every blow. Moxley smells blood and keeps pressing, targeting the core, trying to break him down from the inside out. Kross is also not to be ignored, now breaking down the slow body of Moxley. Shots to the back, the ribs. He's picking him apart piece by piece. Moxley's breathing heavy, movement dragging, and Kross just keeps coming. No wasted motion, no mercy. This isn't just offense, it's a message. Kross lining up for something hard, calling Moxley to get to his feet, and an elbow to the back of the skull. Then yanks Moxley up, and with the little power he has left, no hesitation, no pause, just pure finality. Kross puts everything into it, making sure Moxley stays down. This war is over, and the message, loud and clear. The second match of the night is underway. AEW's Kazuchika Okada steps into the ring. Across from him stands WWE's ring general, Gunther. And now they lock up. The crowd knows what's at stake. This isn't just a match, it's a statement. Both men testing the waters early, pushing against each other, feeling out every ounce of resistance. It's not about offense yet, it's about presence, posture, pressure. Okada leans in with calm, collected energy. Gunther presses with unwavering force, that ring general mentality written all over his face. This is one of those rare moments where time slows down. You're watching two artists at work, two men who understand the game at the deepest level. They're not here to pop the crowd with flips. They're here to make every second matter, every look, every breath. Okada's face, stone cold. He's been here before, Tokyo Dome, Wrestle Kingdom. The lights don't faze him, but Gunther, he's carved his legacy across continents, dominance in NXT UK, an intercontinental reign for the ages. His whole presence screams discipline, authority, control, and you can feel the tension between them. It's not about anger, it's about respect, but also about pride. Who breaks first? Who bends? Who shows weakness? After those devastating chops, you can see the red already spreading across Okada's chest. But Gunther's just taunting him. Gunther living up to the name, the ring general, controlling every second, every step. This is his match. But you cannot count out a man like Okada. He's been doing this at the most skillful level for ages. Years of mastering the art of timing, technique, and patience. He knows how to stay calm under pressure, how to turn the tide when it looks impossible. Now you see it, Okada slowly taking back control, not rushing but feeling every move, every breath of Gunther. He's dissecting the ring general's defense, looking for that split-second opening. The pace shifts, and Okada's precision starts to dictate the flow. Currently, this has been a chess match in the ring between the two, and Okada's making all the right moves. But just when it looks like he's in control, Gunther finds a crack in Okada's offense. Like a predator, he slithers out of the hold, evading danger and resetting the pace. Gunther wastes no time. He hoists Okada up and delivers a massive slam that shakes the ring. And just like that, he's back on the offensive, adding to the punishment he started earlier. The ring general is relentless, and Okada is breaking to that relentlessness. Gunther drives Okada hard into the turnbuckle with brutal slams, but Okada fights back, using his foot as leverage to halt the attack. He quickly reverses the pressure, sending Gunther's face crashing into the turnbuckle with some of his own ruthless force. Gunther's head is bleeding heavily now, the blood pouring down as a testament to the brutal battle they're in. But Okada doesn't rush. He slows the pace, targeting the fresh wounds, making sure Gunther feels the damage. Okada's eyes are locked in, and he knows exactly what he's doing, and the crowd feels the shift. It's no longer just a fight. It's a master at work. But there's another man who can talk a lot and back it up, and that's Gunther. He'll keep slapping you, chopping you, wearing you down for as long as he wants. It's not just about making you crack, it's about breaking your will until you kneel before him. That's the ring general's game, and it's as soulless as it gets. Sometimes you wonder why it had to be these two in a ring together. They'll just bang on each other until one is completely defeated. There's no luck in this battle, just pure back-and-forth aggression. Okada lands a big one, and now he's got the keys to put Gunther down. He goes for the cover, but no. Gunther kicks out, refusing to stay down. This fight is far from over, and now they're just brawling, trading a furious volley of strikes, neither willing to give an inch. Then, Gunther finds the upper hand, turning the tide. He's stepping it up, hitting harder and faster than ever before, taking this assault to a whole new level. Gunther climbs to the highest point of the rope, then launches Okada with a suplex that shakes the ring. No time to recover, he follows up with a brutal powerbomb. But he's not done. He hauls Okada back up to the top rope, hoists him high, and drives him down with a crushing top rope powerbomb. Pure dominance. Okada refuses to surrender. He kicks out, showing why he's one of the best in the world. Okada quickly dodges a brutal elbow drop, but as he's catching his breath, Gunther sneaks up and locks in a chokehold. Okada fights back, slipping free before it's fully locked in. He fires back with a nasty spinning tombstone, then drags Gunther to the top rope, then drags and places Gunther on the top rope, setting up and delivering a devastating move of his own. The momentum shifts in a flash, because with what's left, Okada delivers his last attack, and it's the attack that takes Gunther out for good, securing a win for AEW. Match 3 is underway, and it's a blockbuster clash. AEW's Timeless Toni Storm goes head-to-head with WWE's Rhea Ripley. The build to this match, pure cinema. 5 months of tension, mind games, and slow-burn storytelling that blurred the lines between companies, identities, and eras. It started with a whisper, an offhanded comment from Toni Storm during one of her melodramatic, black and white backstage monologues in AEW. A line about how dominance isn't muscle deep, darling, it's psychological. Fans speculated. Was it aimed at Rhea Ripley? A stretch maybe, but the seed was planted. Weeks later, Rhea Ripley responded. Not directly, but with a social post. A single frame from one of Storm's promos captioned, "Cute hat." Just like that, the fuse was lit. As weeks turned into months, the tension escalated in flickers. They began circling each other across brands, social media jabs, icy backstage glares at joint press events, and then the true inciting incident. Toni Storm crashing the barricade during a WWE Premium live event, standing silently at ringside during a Ripley title defense. No physical contact, no words, just a raised eyebrow and a knowing smirk. It was unsettling. From that moment, Storm launched a psychological campaign. She didn't attack Rhea with steel chairs, she attacked her confidence. Through cryptic vignettes and surreal film reel promos, Storm framed Ripley not as a monster, but as a performance. "Muscle doesn't make madness," she'd say in a sultry whisper. "Rhea plays brutality. I am the breakdown." It worked. Week by week, you could see the cracks forming. Ripley, who had always been composed even in chaos, started making uncharacteristic mistakes, interrupting backstage interviews to call out Storm, losing focus during matches, disqualifying herself out of sheer frustration. Damian Priest tried to stabilize her, but even he started questioning whether Rhea had become distracted. Meanwhile, Storm stayed calm, eerily calm. She didn't show up often, but when she did, she left a message. Broken mirrors, ripped scripts, black roses left in Rhea's locker room, every piece symbolic, every gesture theatrical. Storm wasn't trying to fight Rhea, she was trying to dismantle her. Then came the contract signing. No shouting, no table flipping. Tony brought a director's clapperboard and called the match her final scene. Rhea stared her down, jaw clenched, fists trembling, but she didn't speak. She couldn't. Tony had already taken the one thing Rhea used to control every feud: momentum. So here we are, 5 months of psychological warfare, and now two of the greatest women to ever step in the ring are finally going at it. The crowd hanging on every second. There are heavy hits flying, but this isn't about highlight reels. It's about two of the best trying to crumble each other from the inside out. Storm's back on offense now, and she's seizing every moment. She's dominating the pace, completely dictating the flow of the match. It's not about throwing wild strikes. It's a calculated display of control. She's wearing Ripley down, breaking her mentally and physically, methodically taking over without rushing. You can see the confidence in Storm's posture. She's calm, precise, and every step she takes seems designed to get inside Ripley's head. Meanwhile, Ripley looks unsettled. Her usual fire flickers as she struggles to mount any meaningful offense. Storm is controlling the ring like a chess master, moving pieces, cutting off escape routes, and keeping Ripley off balance. This stretch isn't about big, flashy moves, it's a battle of wills, with Storm clearly in command, proving why she's called timeless. The crowd is electric, picking up on the change. Rhea's fierce brutality is stirring back to life, ready to explode. And it is Rhea's back, right where wrestling fans love to see her, unleashing the raw brutality that's powered her rise from day one. The intensity, the relentless force. She's reminding everyone why she's a true powerhouse in this ring. But just as Rhea starts to dominate, Storm quickly regains control, turning the momentum back in her favor. Back and forth all match, but right now Storm's on top. She whips Rhea and hits a big suplex, and tries to stick it for the fall, but Rhea ultimately kicks out, showcasing that it's not enough to put her away. But Storm doesn't stop there. She grips Rhea up then, hits another big move, and goes for the fall again. It's even closer than the last, but Rhea still kicks out. You have to wonder what's going through Toni Storm's head. Is it frustration setting in, or just cold calculation? Either way, she's got Rhea trapped in the corner, and she's picking her apart. But once again, Rhea reverses the strike and fires back with a brutal assault of her own, turning the match in an instant. Who knows when this match will finally end, but I'm here for every brutal moment of the ride. The tension's thick, and neither woman is willing to give an inch. Now Rhea's outside the ring, looking around like she's searching for something. Maybe a weapon, but looks like it's a steel step. Definitely not something you want to be messing with. But wait! Toni Storm slides over and kicks it right into Rhea's jaw. She delivers a clean moonsault off the apron. Toni seems to give up for a moment during the carry. Rhea senses the moment and smells a breakdown. She hits her devastating finisher outside the ring, rolls Storm back inside, and goes for the cover. The referee barely gets to one before Storm kicks out. And now Rhea's in shock. She doesn't know what to do next. This match has gone on forever, and all she's got is a 1 count. Does the Eradicator have what it takes to put an end to this mess of a human? Now both women are locked in a fierce exchange. Punches flying, chops echoing through the arena. Toni Storm launches a massive drop kick, driving Rhea back with everything she has left in the tank. Both women are gassed out now. It all comes down to who can land the last big move. Fighting to hold on to her tank, Toni Storm locks in a tight armbar. She wrenches it like her life depends on it. Holding on, pulling with everything she's got. But Rhea rolls forward. Arm pulled back, she doesn't even flinch. She powers out of the hold and drives a knee right into the trapped arm. Then she heads outside the ring, grabs that steel step, and finally brings it back inside. As Rhea stands, she's met with a huge clothesline from Storm, followed by a relentless assault. The pressure mounts until Rhea is finally placed up on the top rope, trapped and vulnerable. What's going through Storm's mind right now? She grabs the steel step, locks eyes with Rhea, and with full force, hurls it right into Ripley's face, wiping her out completely. And now Storm lifts Rhea up and delivers her picture-perfect, timeless pile driver. And with that, she secures a second straight win for AEW. Now, folks, buckle up, because what we're looking at tonight could very well be the match of the night. Will Ospreay versus Seth freaking Rollins. Two incredible talents, two different styles, and two fierce competitors who have been building towards this moment for a long time. Let's start with Will Ospreay, the aerial assassin, known worldwide for his jaw-dropping agility and innovative offense. He's not just a high flyer, he's a game changer. Ospreay has revolutionized what it means to perform in the ring, combining speed, precision, and creativity to craft moments that leave fans breathless. On the other side, we have Seth Rollins, a name synonymous with resilience, craftiness, and pure wrestling excellence. The architect has carved out a legacy as one of WWE's top stars over the last decade, blending raw power with technical skill and incredible ring psychology. What makes this matchup even more compelling is the backdrop of tension that's been building well before any official announcement. Even before the publicized issues between Triple H and Tony Khan, whispers and subtle social media jabs hinted at an intense rivalry brewing between Ospreay and Rollins. Tweets flying back and forth questioned who truly holds the title of best in the world. Both men have fans that passionately argue their case, but this match is the ultimate way to settle the debate. It's a clash of contrasting styles, Ospreay's breathtaking aerial artistry and speed versus Rollins' strategic, hard-hitting technical prowess. This isn't just about moves, it's about legacy, pride, and who will stand tall as the definitive elite. The stakes couldn't be higher. In a wrestling world constantly evolving and blending styles across promotions, this match carries weight far beyond a single win or loss. It's about proving who sets the standard in modern wrestling, the boundary-pushing innovator or the seasoned veteran with a killer instinct. So prepare yourself for a battle that's as much about mind and will as it is about skill and athleticism. Will Ospreay's daring and innovation outpace Seth Rollins' cunning and power? Only time will tell. Happening in the ring, Seth's taunting Ospreay, trying to get inside his head, but Ospreay doesn't even blink. He delivers a huge Hurricane Rana from the top rope. Ospreay then goes for the pin on Seth, hoping that it's enough to put him away. But not yet. Seth refuses to stay down. Ospreay storms forward after the kick-out, desperate to shift the momentum. He swings with everything he's got, but Seth won't be moved. With fire in his eyes, Rollins counters back, unleashing a punishing series of blows. Ospreay's driven into the corner and Rollins stands tall. But even after those heavy blows, Ospreay refuses to stay down. He finds his moment, and now he takes control. The pace shifts, the energy changes, and suddenly it's Seth on the defensive. Ospreay is dictating the match, keeping Rollins grounded, keeping him guessing. Right now, the momentum is all his, and the crowd can feel it. He climbs to the top, and Rollins is right there. Seth charges up the ropes, grabs him, and delivers the suplex, rolling straight through into the Falcon Arrow. What a turnaround by Rollins. Seth makes the cover, the referee slides in. But no, Ospreay kicks out. Seth lines him up, curb stomp attempt, but no, Ospreay explodes out of nowhere right into the hidden blade, then goes for another hidden blade and gets it good. Now Seth is hurt and Ospreay covers. Hoping the count will go to 3, Ospreay holds on. Ultimately, Seth survives. He kicks out, refusing to stay down. But Ospreay doesn't waste a second. He drags the fight to the outside, taking full control of the match. The atmosphere shifts, the pace slows, and now it's Ospreay dictating everything. Rollins is on the back foot, struggling to recover while Ospreay continues the assault with unrelenting intensity. Seth breaks free, snapping Ospreay's grip and landing a sharp kick. And just like that, the momentum shifts. Rollins seizes the opening, slowing the pace, forcing Ospreay into the ring. Rollins delivers the springboard knee, drops Ospreay. He dives right back into the cover, but Ospreay kicks out again. This battle rages on. Ospreay yanks Seth up. He's setting him in position, and wait a minute, paying tribute to the phenomenal One. A styles clash. Ospreay hits it perfectly, followed by another pin. And no, Seth is out of it again. Who knows what to do now? Ospreay sees Seth and has him at the apron. Ospreay jumps over Seth, lands to the outside and has Seth on his shoulders in powerbomb position and slams him into the barricade. This match has taken a toll on both men's bodies, and you can see it written all over their faces. Every step is slower, every strike is heavier, and yet somehow, neither one of them is willing to give in. That's what makes this so special. We're not just watching two athletes. We're watching two warriors push themselves beyond what most people could even imagine. Ospreay and Rollins are digging deeper than they've ever had to before, reaching into reserves of strength and willpower that only the very best in the world can find. This is what professional wrestling is all about. Sacrifice, drama, intensity, and the kind of fight that lives forever in the memory of everyone watching. No matter who wins, no matter how this ends, both men have already proven something tonight. They are among the absolute best this sport has to offer. Just look inside that ring right now. It's all Seth Rollins. Moments ago, he hit some of his biggest jackpot moves, the kind of offense that puts almost anyone away. But for Seth, it isn't enough. He's not looking for the quick finish, not looking for the easy way out. He wants to dish out more. And right now, it feels like this could be the end. Seth makes the cover. This has to be it. Seth's got the pin locked. Ospreay's fading. He grabs the rope. That rope just saved Ospreay's entire night. Rollins has to be asking himself, what more can he do? Rollins doesn't waste a second. He's right back on the assault. There's no patience, no composure left. This is pure desperation now. Every strike he throws, every stomp he lands, it's fueled by frustration. You can see it. Seth thought he had this match won. He thought Ospreay was finished. But now, with Ospreay clinging to life, Rollins is lashing out with everything he's got. It's not calculated anymore. It's survival instinct. It's fury. He's hammering away, trying to break Ospreay down piece by piece. Because in Seth's mind, the longer this goes, the more dangerous Ospreay becomes. This is Rollins fighting like a man who refuses to let the match slip through his fingers. But this is Ospreay fighting like a man with nothing to lose, scratching and clawing for every ounce of survival. Ospreay loves every second of this. The more the fight drags on, the more punishment he takes, the stronger he feels. That adrenaline is pumping through his body, and it does nothing but push him higher. And as it seems, Seth is done. He's got nothing left in the tank. You can see it in his body, the way he's moving. There's nothing there. And Ospreay knows it. He smells the blood in the water. Fueled by that adrenaline, Ospreay is taking full advantage, pouring it on, bomb after bomb. Rollins can barely stand, and yet Ospreay just keeps coming. The adrenaline is driving him. The crowd is behind him. And right now, Will Ospreay is absolutely relentless. Will Ospreay misses the hidden blade. And then Seth uses the nothing he has left and locks in one big move and goes for the cover. And in a fantastic match, what a battle it was. Seth Rollins stands tall, your winner tonight. And now, this is it. The moment we've all been waiting for, the main event, the match that decides it all. AEW versus WWE, the score tied at 2 apiece. Everything comes down to this. 2 icons, 2 dynasties, 2 unstoppable forces. Roman Reigns versus Kenny Omega. There aren't many ways this match can go, only one. And that's victory, not just for themselves, but for their company, for WWE or for AEW. Out of the gate, Omega takes a moment. He feels the crowd soaking in their energy, acknowledging their presence. But across the ring, Roman responds in his own way. One's to the sky. Roman and Kenny start things off trading blows, each testing the other, seeing whose strikes hit harder. It's a feeling out process early, but neither man's holding back. They're both out to prove they've got the stronger hand. And as they trade blows back and forth, Roman suddenly sneaks in a vicious headbutt. That's the first clean strike of the match, and it drops Omega. Roman now begins to take control, slowing things down to his pace. Every move is deliberate, every strike has purpose. There's nothing flashy here, just practical, punishing attacks designed to wear Omega down. This is the OTC at his most dangerous, imposing his will, dictating the tempo. Omega slides free and sweeps Roman's leg right out from under him. And just like that, the momentum shifts. Kenny Omega is back on his feet, and now it's his turn to dictate the pace. He takes control, keeping Roman on the defensive. Omega's offense is sharp, it's quick, and it's relentless. Every movement is faster, every exchange heavier as he begins to build the momentum in his favor. Right now, it's Omega who's in charge of this main event, moving with precision and intent. He keeps Roman off balance, pressing the advantage with smart, steady offense. Every second he stays on top, the momentum builds stronger. Right now, it's Omega running this match his way. Roman slips right out of Omega's grip, just like that. The momentum shifts again. This is the culmination of something that's been building for weeks, for months, maybe even for years if you really think about it. The seeds for this collision were planted the moment Triple H and Kenny Omega crossed paths. It wasn't in a boardroom, it wasn't in the ring, it was out in the open, in the parking lot. The world's eyes weren't even on them, but fate was. Triple H, the face of WWE management, the man steering the ship, ran into Kenny Omega, AEW standard bearer, the self-proclaimed best bout machine. And what did Omega do? He didn't back down. He didn't bite his tongue. No. He looked the King of Kings dead in the eye and said, WWE doesn't fight the real way. He accused WWE of being scared, of running from true competition. He questioned the heart, the authenticity, the grit of the entire company. And let's be honest, Triple H didn't take kindly to that. The following week, the game marched down to the ring. This was the fire of a man whose pride had been wounded. He didn't just call out Kenny Omega. He called out Tony Khan himself, the man behind AEW. And Tony answered. The two stood face to face, words flying, insults cutting deep, neither side backing down. You could feel the tension through the screen. It wasn't just two men talking, it was two companies colliding. And in that moment, something historic was set in motion. They agreed right there to do the unthinkable. AEW and WWE would put it all on the line in a joint pay-per-view, a one-night war where pride, legacy, and supremacy were at stake. The arena erupted. The fans couldn't believe what they were hearing. The forbidden door wasn't just cracked open, it was kicked down. And if that wasn't enough, Roman Reigns made sure nobody forgot who really runs this industry. Out of nowhere, the OTC appeared. No words, no hesitation. He stormed down, grabbed Tony Khan, and drove him into the mat with ruthless authority. Then, with the entire wrestling world watching, Roman Reigns speared Tony Khan into the canvas. That image alone lit the fuse for tonight. From that moment, there was no turning back. The lines were drawn, WWE versus AEW, the titans of the wrestling world going head-to-head. Match after match, the score has been even, 2-2. Legends have clashed, dreams have come true, and tonight, it all comes down to this. And look at these two now, Roman Reigns and Kenny Omega beating the hell out of each other, pulverizing one another with every ounce of strength they've got left. It's about carrying their entire companies on their backs. Every strike, every move, every gasp of breath is proof that neither man plans to slow down, neither man plans to stop. They're showing the world everything they've got because only one company walks away standing tall tonight. And as of this moment, it seems it may be Omega. He hoists Roman high into the air and drops him with his finish. Omega dives into the cover on Roman, pressing down with everything he has. and you can almost see it in his eyes. He's pissed that Roman touched his boss, Tony Khan. So after Roman kicks out, Omega is snapping. But wait, Omega's getting reckless, too careless, and Roman catches him off guard. Roman then goes right back to what he does best, slowing the pace down, keeping everything under his control. The OTC knows that chaos fuels Kenny Omega, so he drags this fight into his world. Every second that ticks by, Roman is cutting the ring in half, taking the momentum away from Omega, draining the fire out of him bit by bit. This is Roman's strategy, his dominance, dictating the tempo, forcing Omega to wrestle his kind of match. The longer Roman keeps it like this, the harder it is for Omega to fight back. And right now, Roman looks firmly in command. Look at the precision. Roman doesn't need to be flashy. He doesn't need to move fast. He's deliberate, punishing. Every strike, every hold is calculated to wear Omega down. He takes his time, smirking at the crowd, reminding them why he's the head of the table. Omega tries to push up, tries to fight back, but Roman shoves him right back down, grinding away, reminding him that this is what control looks like. And listen to this crowd. They're restless, they're on edge, they want Omega to break free. But Roman thrives on this energy. He soaks it in, slowing the pace even more, making every second feel heavier than the last. This is Roman Reigns at his most dangerous, when he's calm, when he's composed, when he's turning the match into a slow suffocation. Right now, Kenny Omega is trapped in Roman's world. And the longer this drags out, the worse it becomes for Omega. Roman isn't just looking for the win, he's trying to wear him down, to impose his will, to prove that AEW's best can't survive under WWE's biggest gun. But before a pin attempt gets to one, Omega kicks out. He's telling the world that all that punishment from Roman, it's nothing. It hasn't put him down. And now here comes Omega, exploding with a barrage of offense. All that built-up frustration from enduring Roman's slow, grinding assault, he's unleashing it all, going to war on Roman Reigns, and suddenly Omega digs down deep, powering Roman up onto his shoulders. He drops him, catches him mid-motion, and snaps him over with a brutal suplex. A disgusting landing. Omega throwing everything at Roman in an attempt to end this match right here. Omega drags Roman to the corner and drives his face right into the turnbuckle. But it doesn't last. Roman powers out, shoves Omega off, and in an instant the tables turn. Now it's Omega eating the turnbuckle face first as Roman takes control. But with all that momentum built up, Omega has just enough to absorb the pain and fight his way out. He slips free, and now Omega hoists Roman up and drops him hard across his knee, turning the match back in his favor. A few moments later, Omega climbs up to the second rope, calling for Roman to rise. But little did he know, it wouldn't go his way and Roman would move out of the way. And just like that, Roman is right back in this match, firing heavy blows to the head of Omega. He doesn't stop there. Roman now hoists Omega onto the top rope, setting him up for something big. Both men battling on the top rope. Roman has him hooked in superplex position. But Omega fights back, and Roman crashes down to the mat. Omega steadies himself and launches a breathtaking dive from the stars, crashing right down onto Roman Reigns. Omega hooks the leg, goes for the pin, but it's still not enough. And now they're trading shots again, just like at the start of this match. But this time it's even more intense, and it's Omega who gets the best of it this time. A vicious knee to the jaw, stumbling back into the corner. Omega's not done. He backs up, measuring him. Another devastating knee strike. This isn't about wearing the other guy down nice and slow anymore. This is about smashing through whatever's in front of you. Roman's trying to stand tall, trying to bully his way through the fight, but Omega won't let him. Omega's eating shots, firing back, almost asking for more. And the crowd's right there with it, until Omega's back just gives out completely, then Roman doesn't waste a second. The OTC pounces, picking Omega up and slamming him back first into the apron, both men now in dangerous territory. This isn't just the ring anymore, this is outside, where there's no give. Roman is slamming Omega into everything in sight. The ring post, the announcement table, even the apron. Omega's face is busted open, blood pouring, and even that onslaught can't stop him. A bloodied, wild-eyed Omega is still fighting back. Omega's dragging Roman toward the announce table. He's placing Roman right onto it. Kenny Omega, blood dripping down his face, is about to risk it all right here on the outside. Both men trading blows on the announce table. Shot for shot, neither giving an inch. But Omega catches Roman and suplexes him off the table to the floor below. Omega musters the strength to slide Roman back into the ring. Slowly, Omega pulls himself up, climbing in after him. Then out of nowhere, Superman punch by Roman. In an hope to seal this match, Roman covers, but Omega kicks out, not even a second left. With the tiny bit Roman has left in the tank, he unleashes a barrage of punishing slams. Each one meant to break Omega down piece by piece, to wear out the body, to finally keep him down for good. Roman is throwing everything he has left into this assault. At the corner, Roman calls for the spear, running full speed. He catches a knee to his face from Omega. And now it's Omega. He's back on his feet, backs into the corner, eyes locked on Roman, motioning, calling for him to rise. The cleaner is ready to strike. Huge knee delivered. Omega's not finished. He yanks Roman up. Omega then hoists him on his shoulders. The crowd explodes. One winged angel. Roman Reigns has been planted. This could be it. The ref drops for the count. No, Roman kicks out. The arena explodes. Omega can't believe it. He's furious, arguing with the referee, and then, out of nowhere, Roman Reigns with a thunderous spear that snaps Omega in half. The ref covering and Roman securing the final win, and WWE takes the series over AEW, the OTC standing tall as the ultimate closer.